need to deploy a production-ready FastMCP server with GitHub OAuth authentication under a custom path prefix, but worried about getting the routing and discovery endpoints right. You'll see the complete pattern for mounting an authenticated MCP server inside a Starlette application, with well-known OAuth routes at root level and operational endpoints under /API-MCP, all while maintaining proper session management and token security. From FastMCP, import FastMCP. From FastMCP, server, auth providers, GitHub import GitHub provider. From Starlette, applications import Starlette. From Starlette, routing import mount. Import unicorn. Hash define routing structure. Root URL equals http://localhost 8000. Mount prefix equals /API. MCP path /MCP. Hash create OAuth provider. Auth equals GitHub provider. Client ID equals your client ID. Client secret equals your client secret. Issuer URL equals root URL. Base URL equals F, root URL mount prefix. Hash create MCP server. MCP equals FastMCP. Protected server, auth equals auth. At MCP, tool. Def analyze data, SDR, dict. Return, result, fanalyzed, data. Hash create MCP app. MCP app equals MCP. HTTP app, path equals MCP path. Hash get discovery routes for root level. Well-known routes equals auth. Get well-known routes, MCP path equals MCP path. Hash assemble the application. App equals Starlette. Routes equals well-known routes. Mount prefix, app equals MCP app. Lifespan equals MCP app, lifespan. If name equals main. Unicorn, run app host equals 0000, port equals 8000. This demonstrates the ASGI mounting pattern for integrating specialized services into larger web applications. The technique composes multiple applications into a single routing hierarchy, where each mounted app handles a distinct URL prefix while sharing the same server infrastructure. What makes this distinctive is the clean separation between the MCP service implementation and its HTTP deployment context. The pattern works by treating the MCP server as a self-contained ASGI application that can be nested within a parent router. Authentication routes remain at the root level for OAuth compliance, while operational endpoints live under the specified prefix, creating a hybrid routing structure. This design maintains proper protocol standards while allowing flexible deployment topologies, from standalone services to embedded components in existing web apps. This approach solves the common problem of service integration without framework lock-in. You get production-grade HTTP deployment with authentication, health checks, and proper routing, while keeping your core MCP logic framework agnostic. It's particularly valuable when you need to expose MCP tools alongside traditional APIs, or when deploying to environments that require specific server configurations like custom middleware or multi-worker setups. Let's break it down. From FastMCP, import FastMCP. From FastMCP, server, auth providers, GitHub import GitHub provider. Imports FastMCP, the core framework for building AI callable tool servers, and GitHub provider for OAuth authentication. This establishes the foundation for secure, authenticated tool exposure to AI models. Root URL equals http://localhost 8000. Mount prefix equals /API. These define the base URL structure for the application. Root URL establishes the server's origin, while mount prefix creates a dedicated /API namespace for all API routes, preventing path collisions with other services. This is a common pattern for versioning and organizing endpoints.
Auth equals GitHub provider. Client ID equals your client ID.
This initializes GitHub OAuth authentication, using your application's client ID from GitHub's developer portal. Without this, the server can't verify user identities or request GitHub permissions, making all endpoints inaccessible. This is the standard OAuth provider pattern for delegating authentication to GitHub servers.
Hash create MCP server. MCP equals FastMCP. Protected server. Auth equals auth.
This instantiates the FastMCP server with GitHub OAuth protection. The server name, protected server, identifies this instance in logs and tool discovery, while the auth parameter enforces that all tool calls require valid GitHub authentication. This is the central component that bridges your Python functions to AI models as callable tools.
At MCP, tool. Def analyze data, SDR, dict. Return, result, fanalyzed, data.
The @MCP tool decorator exposes this Python function as an AI callable tool. FastMCP automatically converts the type hints and function signature into an open API-compatible schema, enabling AI models to discover and invoke it with proper input validation. This is the core pattern for defining tools in FastMCP. Decorate functions with @MCP tool, specify typed parameters, and return structured data. The framework handles serialization, authentication, and endpoint generation behind the scenes.
Hash create MCP app. MCP app equals MCP. HTTP app. Path equals MCP path.
This converts the FastMCP instance into a Starlette-compatible HTTP application, mounting it at the specified path. The resulting MCP app handles all tool execution requests while maintaining the MCP protocol, enabling both direct HTTP calls and AI integration through the same endpoints.
Hash get discovery routes for route level. Well-known routes equals auth. Get well-known routes. MCP path equals MCP path.
This generates OAuth discovery endpoints required for OpenID Connect compliance. The routes at well-known enable clients to auto-discover authentication configuration, eliminating manual endpoint configuration. Without these, OAuth flows would fail during client initialization.
App equals Starlette. Routes equals.
This initializes the Starlette application with route configuration. The routes parameter defines all URL endpoints, combining OAuth discovery routes with the mounted MCP application. This centralizes routing setup, ensuring clean separation between auth and API paths.
If name equals main. Uvicorn, run app host equals 0000, port equals 8000.
This is the standard Python entry point guard. It ensures Uvicorn run only executes when the script runs directly, not when imported as a module. The host equals 0000 parameter makes the server externally accessible, while port equals 8000 matches the root URL defined earlier. Mounted MCP servers. The path prefix pattern lets you integrate FastMCP servers into larger applications while maintaining OAuth compliance, with discovery routes at root and operational routes under your chosen prefix. The issuer URL must point to your root domain, not include the mount prefix, or OAuth discovery will silently fail. This structure enables clean separation between authentication infrastructure and your application logic.
The server that splits its path finds its whole domain.